There are 5 major mistakes I see people making when they are playing Thrill of the Fight. And actually, people are making these mistakes in real life. And on this video, I'm going to go over these 5 mistakes and not only tell you what they are, but also show you what to do to improve them. And this, my friend, won't only just help you understand boxing better, it's going to make you way harder to beat. And also, after I give you these 5 great things that's going to help you get better, I'm going to give you a mental trick that the Olympic sports psychologist told me about that helped me get into the heads of my opponents in real life. And guess what? It also works on Thrill of the Fight as well. So stay tuned for that high-level tip. Now you might be thinking, who the hell is this guy and why should I listen to him? Well, my friend, I've had over 100 fights on Thrill of the Fight and over 100 fights in real life as well, where I had a ton of success, like an Olympic medal and a European gold and all sorts of other stuff. But that doesn't matter because we're talking about Thrill of the Fight right now. And I'm going to get into the first major mistake that you're probably making when you are playing this game. Now, the first big mistake that I see, and something that I used to do all the time when I was playing this game, is getting into a toe-to-toe battle. When you're just standing there and you're just throwing punches, you're forgetting about defense, you're forgetting about the movement, you're forgetting about everything else. All you're trying to do is knock this guy out. Now, this is a mistake for a few reasons, and I'll tell you what you should be doing instead. Now, the first reason is if you're there and you're throwing 100 punches trying to knock the guy out, what's going to happen? Well, not only are you going to be throwing sloppy punches and dropping your hands and getting hit, but you're also going to get tired very fast as well. Now, what I want you to think about is there doesn't have to be action all of the time. If someone's not throwing a punch, that's fine. This is when you can use that time to think about throwing punches. This is where you can use that time to feint and see what your opponent's reaction is. And then you can capitalize on his reaction and come back with a reaction of your own. And if he is the one who was throwing all of them punches, what you can do is move your feet or keep your hands up, wait for him to get tired or get sloppy, and then come back with the counter punches of your own and hurt and knock out that guy. Now, when you're doing that with point number 3 that I'm going to give you on this video, everything will change. But before I get to number 3, we need to talk about number 2, which is my big thing. And the reason why I have success in Thrill of the Fight and I had success in real life boxing as well, because I was great at one thing. And that one thing is the most important thing in boxing, and it is your feet. I've noticed time and time again, when I'm in fights on Thrill, people are not moving their feet. Even if we're in a big area, they'll try and march forward and then have a fight with me. I love it when I do that, because I just use my feet to get out of the way and then throw counter punches of my own. And I've got 2 great tips for you when it comes to footwork in Thrill of the Fight, what you should be doing, which will help you in real boxing as well. But before I give you them 2, I just want to say that your feet is actually your best defense in real boxing and on Thrill of the Fight. Why is it the best defense? Well, if I'm doing the other defenses, which is blocks or slips or rolls, I'm still in range to get hit. But if I move my feet back and my guy is throwing their punches, guess what? This guy can't hit me because I'm not in range to be hit. So that's why you want to be focusing on your feet, getting out of range, getting out of the way of these punches. And then when he is missed, it's your time to step in and throw them punches back. So, now the first thing I want you to think about is when you're moving your feet, you need to keep your feet apart. If you keep your feet apart, you're always in a position to throw punches. Because if you bring your feet together like this when you're moving around, you're not in a position to throw any punches. Compared to the other way, if you've got your feet apart at all times, look at this. I can punch from wherever I am. So that's why when you're doing this, keeping them feet apart. Now, the second thing that I want to tell you about your footwork, which is super important, is the landing on the balls of your feet like this. The second that I step forward on my heel, I can't push off to move away. And that's when I can get countered. But if I'm on the balls of my feet all the time, I'm moving around, bah, bah, bah. It's then when you're always in that beautiful position to throw them punches. Tip number 3 is a huge one, and not until I won like 5 national titles did I figure this out. And once I figured this out in real life, everything changed. Let me ask you this. When you're playing thrill of the fight, do you get tired, like fast? Maybe after 1 minute of one round, you're really gassed out. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're unfit. You're probably making this major mistake. And I'm going to tell you how to fix it, so don't worry. What that is this. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm not bloody breathing. And that's what we do. We hold our breath when we're throwing punches. And if you're holding your breath and throwing punches, guess what, my friend? You're going to get tired 4 times faster than you would if you were doing what I'm about to tell you right now, which is obviously breathing, but breathing in a way where you're going to conserve energy and still keep your speed and still keep your power. And what that is this. See what I did? I am exhaling every time I'm throwing a punch. And then, after I've thrown the punches, I'm breathing normal. breathing normal. Not holding the breath and trying to go for that big one. And doing that with mistake number 5 as well won't only get you tired, it's going to put you in bad positions, it's going to make you drop your hands, it's going to make you get knocked out and not win all of your fights on thrill of the fight. Now, before we get on to number 5, let's talk about number 4, my friend. And this one is a big one, and I'm guilty of it too. When I start playing thrill of the fight at first, I had a bit of success. I knocked someone out, then I knocked someone else out, and I was like, yeah, this is great. I can knock everyone out. I'm a tough guy. And then I'm looking for the big knockout, and all of a sudden I drop this non-punch and boop, I get knocked out. Because what I'm doing, and mate, if you play thrill, you've definitely done this as well, is just trying to look for that knockout. Whether you are throwing tons of punches to the body to get him hurt, or tons of punches to the head to get him hurt, and just thinking, if I hit him one more time, I'm going to knock him out. He's pulling that face, he's hurt, now I can finish him off. And then you throw all in punches, and maybe you get knocked down, or maybe you get tired because you're holding your breath, or maybe you're just doing what I said in the previous mistakes, where you are losing your form, and then you're going to get hit. Now, what I want to see on this is, yes, it feels good when we knock someone out. Yes, our ego gets fed when we knock someone out. But mate, we need to set up the knockout. How do you set up the knockout? Well, you do this by moving your feet, taking your time, looking for your opponent's mistakes, and then capitalizing on their mistakes. Working behind the most important punch in boxing, which I've not spoke about yet. Do you know what it is? Well, everyone who does boxing in real life knows what the most important punch in boxing is. And that is your lead hand, your jabbing hand. Now, if you didn't know that was the most important punch in boxing, it is for a couple of reasons I'll really quickly tell you. Number 1 is this is your range finder. Think about it. This hand is closer to my opponent than this hand. If I can't land this one, I'm probably not going to be able to land this one, or this one, or this one. We're using the left hand to set up the punches and find the range. Now, another great thing about the jab is you can constantly be hitting your guy and frustrating him, getting in his head, taking him off his game plan. Eat that jab, eat that jab. Oh yeah, mate. That's a world-class jab. That's a world-class jab. It works in real boxing. It works on thrill of the fight. Get behind that jab and then set up the big, boom, big power punch with that good form, and you've got more chance of knocking the guy out and hurting him if you're taking your time and being smart about it. Every time I've been beat and knocked out in thrill of the fight, it's because the guy in front of me is taking his time. I'm the one who's been thinking, I'm going to knock him out. I'm the real boxer in real life. I'll punch this guy's head in, and then boom, I'm knocked out. And that would happen in real boxing. If you just went forward and tried to put everything out and knock them out, you're going to get hurt, right? So if you're taking your time and you're setting up these other punches, setting up these other combinations, this, my friend, is when you will have success and more chance of knocking them out. I fought a guy called Sib on a video that you can watch after this one, where this guy never boxed before in his life. And this guy took his time and he figured out what I was doing in the game, and the result speaks for itself, which you can watch after this video. I'll show you. But before you get onto that one, we need to talk about mistake number 5. Mate, you're making this, and I'm going to talk about this, and I am still making this mistake right now when I play the game. And this one is, kinda like the other ones, but even worse. And this has got a name for itself in the thrill of the fight community. And if you do this, people are like this guy and they don't want to fight you. And what this actually is called spamming. Are you spamming? Don't be spamming, you spammer, because what this does, it spoils the game for you, it spoils the game for your opponent, but also now you've got more chance of getting knocked out if you are spamming. So what is spamming? Well, it is this. You see the guy right now, he's throwing a million punches to the body. He hasn't got real boxing form, real boxing technique. He's just basically trying to knock the guy out. Now, when I first started playing Thrill of the Fight, I was getting knocked out off a few of these guys and I couldn't stand it because I was trying to box, move my feet, but we had a small little area and yeah, they would beat me. Now, Thrill of the Fight's changed. It's got more realistic and spammers get punished. So rather than spamming, if you want to throw a million punches, what you should do is throw them with good form and technique, like you can see on the screen right now. I've got my opponent hurt. I'm throwing lots of punches. I'm bringing my hands back to my face. I'm going to the head. I'm going to the body. I'm going to the body. I'm going to the head. And it's this sort of boxing which you've got more chance of knocking your opponent out. Now it's time for a mind trick that you can play on your opponents while playing Thrill of the Fight. This is a super high level psychology trick. And what that is in between rounds, what you do. For example, if I see my opponent in Thrill of the Fight at the end of the round and I can see he's like sprawled, he's sat down, this gives me confidence. I think this guy's tired, he's getting a rest. So what I do is to try and sap that confidence out of him. Even if I am really tired, I will be here like this. Even if I'm exhausted. Now, what that does, it shows him when he's looking at me, wow, this guy is ready to go. And I'm there, I'm shadow boxing. He can't see my facial expression exhausted. He just thinks that I'm really fit and I'm ready to go. I'll even bang my gloves together as well. And this, my friend, will get in your opponent's head. Now, that is one trick that I can give you. If you want some more tricks about real boxing training that transfers to Thrill of the Fight, you should watch this video here where I train a Thrill of the Fight champion in real life and then we fight at the end. So click here and watch this video next.